Hello. I have a series of ideas to present today, and that's why I'm in the same clothes in the videos. So that's really how you know what sequence goes with each other. I shouldn't have to number them one, two, three, because at least for this series, it doesn't matter what order you watch all of these in. Okay, so right now, I'm going to talk to you about Hindus, Taoists, Buddhists, and those uh, spiritual beliefs, right? We don't call them a religion, but it is a religion. Uh, and they're doing the same thing as the other religions, right? Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, in that they think there is a certain way to live to become enlightened and break the hold on their life and death cycle. They want to leave, just like the other ones. Okay, they want to leave this planet because of, and the first thing I want to say is that Buddha was a bum. That's right, a bum. And he gave up on his family, his child, and his wife. Now, I can see going out because he had to figure it out. And if you all know the story, go read how and why, right? He was a prince in India, and then he decided, why is there suffering that I didn't know about? And now my whole world is not the reality I thought it was. I need to go figure this out. And so he goes out and he finally gets it. But unfortunately, in his process, he had one thing focused in the wrong direction. So when he came out of it, he became a bum. Talking about no attachments. That's why after he became enlightened, he didn't go back to his family, his wife and child, to help them learn and grow and evolve into what he knows and help. He was a prince. He could have went back and been a prince with that knowledge and actually fixed India, because India, I'm sorry, you know that your belief system of, oh, if you're born poor, there's no way you're supposed to go up and you're always going to be, no, your hierarchical scheme is not. And that's what Buddha comes from. So, yeah, if he was enlightened in the way of understanding how wonderful it is to be human and not so focused on all the pain and suffering that he didn't understand because he was never shown it as a kid, and so as an adult he's seen it, and his whole world crumbles. Mentally he went insane first, because he was like, this cannot be possible. I thought everyone was as happy as I am. And so, so when he speaks to people, okay, there is a lot that you can learn from him. Okay, there is. And the world is better off with him being the bum, in a sense that we didn't lose everything from what he learned. Okay, but you have to understand, leaving his wife and child that was just because he didn't know how else to deal with going back into reality and life, and that's why he was a bum. Please give me some money and food to keep me alive, and I will present you with the knowledge I know. I just can't deal with everything else because I don't have any answers to help fix the problems that I see. I can see it within ourselves. For you, when he would talk to people, he could see, okay, I see where you're at. And if you want to become enlightened and shed that, this is this. But the one thing that you got to ignore is that when he talks about no attachments, Taoism, Hinduism, I don't know how many of them talk about having no attachments, and that and or I don't know if Buddhism does this, but the soul is one and it's not masculine or feminine. Okay, that's hiding, and that comes from also when you're philosophizing and you're trying to find truth and logic. It is easy to get lost if you and go on a tangent if you don't catch yourself right away. Okay, because I've seen myself doing things this whole my whole 44 years of this process to fix and understand the world problems, which religion and spirituality is part of our existence. Okay, so it is part of our problem. It is everything is connected. Atheism, everybody's view of their reality here on earth is the main problem. And that's what, if I can fix this idea in people's heads that you're not supposed to release all your attachment. Okay, you should want to have everybody attached to feel like a family. Okay, Buddhists and Taoists, you got to start changing that. And I am talking directly to any of those Hindus, Taoists, Buddhism, or all those spiritual leaders. Okay, I forget the one name that I've seen on YouTube. I like listening to him, but there's times where I'll laugh at him for the things that he says because I know that he's just not where I'm at. And if all of those spiritual leaders look, you know who I am because it's a psychic thing. Okay, which comes to my next story about the river that you all like to talk about. So go over to the other one. I'm going to stop this one and then start it again.